Hello and welcome to Adam's Apples. My name is Adam, and what is Adam's Apples? Well, it's all part of Geektopia, my little YouTube channel, and it's where I can create a list on anything, my favorite things, least favorite things, whatever it might be. So today's one, well, with Valentine's Day just around the corner, let's get it on.
Valentine's Day's coming. Oh, crap. I forgot to get a girlfriend again.
I thought I would do something for the couples out there. How about this? The top 5 games that couples can play together. Now, these are more games if you have a partner who is not into video games, because otherwise I could say Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Call of Duty, but that requires a little bit of training, otherwise it's no fun for the person who doesn't know how to play. So, are we ready for this?
I'm ready!
Let's go! First up on my list is a game that I love, and it is everywhere. By that I mean it's on all the popular consoles. So if you want to play it on a PlayStation 4 or 5, you can. If you want to play it on an Xbox, can. If you want to play it on Windows, can. It's everywhere. And the Nintendo Switch as well. But another reason to love it is there's lots of content because the game already has a sequel. In fact, you can buy a bundle which has both games together. That's bang for your buck right there. I'm talking about the Overcooked series. Firstly, it's easy to pick up. So if your other half isn't into video games, they just need 10 minutes to learn how to play it and they will be hooked. I've seen people cave into this game. And it's not just about competing against someone else. Unlike other games which I'm going to list out, you have to work together as well. So that's where fights can also start. That's where the enjoyment can be had, because if something goes wrong in the level, whose fault is it? Is it your fault? Is it your partner's fault? That's why I love Overcooked. It's just different ways of playing it, a lot of levels, a lot of content, and pretty awesome for couples if you ask me. Let's go to the next one. Next on my list is a game which is only for those who have a Nintendo Switch. But if you've owned a Nintendo console in the past, you've probably played it. If you've been to a friend's house and they had a Nintendo device, you've probably had at least one round of it. Or maybe even in the arcade, which is what I did once. Talking about Mario Kart, the best racer ever, in my opinion. It's simple. It's a simple racer. It's easy to pick up. Just learn how to accelerate, brake, know the maps a little bit, and learn about your power-ups. Try and collect them. It's simple, right? But that's where it's deceiving. It may be simple, but the things you can do in this game. Do you let your other half go first? Do you let them have a little bit of a chance? Are you willing to shoot them out of a race or whatever power-up you get to humiliate them? Yes! That is on you. And all those questions are going to race through your head as you play Mario Kart. Race after race after race to prove who is more superior. The competitive streak in this game is strong. So go and check out Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's awesome. What's next on the list? I've talked about a game where you can work together, a game where you're racing against each other. Now how about this? A game where you and your partner can get healthy together. This is a game which is sadly only for Switch users, but when it came out last year, it was sold out here in Malaysia. You could not find it. Why? Simple. MCO happened. Everybody was trying to get fit or stay fit at home because they had nothing to do and gyms were closed and nobody wanted to go outside. This was a great solution. There are other fitness games for the Switch, like the boxing one, which is pretty cool as well, but Ring Fit, this for me is the best fitness game and the best one for couples to get fit together that's currently available. Now you have your Joy-Con, your controllers, you'll attach it to where it tells you to, including on the ring, and then the ring is how it detects a lot of movement. So working out, you'll have to pull the ring, you'll have to squeeze the ring, you'll have to move the ring wherever it tells you to move, and you'll also have to work your legs. It's not just an upper body workout either. Like, let me try to explain. You know in video games when you're playing, like if I have my controller here and I want to move forward, I'll just use this left thumbstick and move, right? Not in the game. You can't move like that. To walk forward, you actually have to physically move your legs on the spot. If you want to go through high waters or thick mud, whatever it might be, you'll have to really start jumping, not say jumping, but moving your legs really high. And you can imagine after 20 minutes of that, you start to get tired, like properly, like sweat is dripping down. And you can play it with your other half. Take it in turns. See who can get a higher score on that level against that boss. Who can get the better record? Yeah, that competitive element can come out. You're playing a video game and you're staying fit. What more could you ask for? The next game on the list, I was a bit torn, I have to be honest. It is another Switch game, it is another Mario game, but I wasn't certain which one I would choose. On the one hand, there's a fighting game which is iconic, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Been around for ages, different versions of the same game. But that's the thing, it's just a fighting game. I've always felt that if you have a tactic down for that, you'll have an advantage. A strategy of sorts. So I've had to go for Super Mario Party because of the sheer variety of things you can do. At its heart, it's a board game involving dice, but there's a lot more to it. Yeah, you can employ your own tactics, but the thing is there are 84 minigames, I believe. 84 minigames in total. So you can't strategize too much because there's just too many variations. You can't play the odds in that sense. And that's where the fun is. No one has a real true advantage when it comes to playing this game, which is why I think it's great for couples. And you know what? If you have friends around, it's a great game to play with them as well. Incorporate everybody, have a lot of laughs, have a lot of fun, and see who will be the winner in Super Mario Party. On to the final entry. Next up on the list, it's a game that's incredibly easy to get. Why? Because it's free. And if you're anything like me, if you don't have to pay, that automatically makes something better. If you have a smartphone, which I presume you do, in fact, you can be watching this right now on a smartphone, you can go and download it. You've probably already played it, either with friends or colleagues. You might have seen memes about it, but you've definitely heard about it at least. Among Us. Oh, the game that took the world by storm. It just blew up like that because the game's been out for a few years, but nobody was playing it before. Nobody had heard of it. Suddenly, it's become like this cultural icon. Everybody who's anybody has at least heard of Among Us. And why not? Because it's fun to play. With your other half, you're trying to outcite them. Who's the imposter? Who's a crewmate? Make sure they don't see your screen. The mini games to play. And every game that you play is different as well. And there's reasons to keep on playing the game with your other half because they're constantly improving Among Us. Remember last year they announced, oh, we're going to make Among Us 2. Then they cancelled it and said, no, you know what? We're going to keep making Among Us better. The original game, that is. So keep at it. Just see what improvements, what new maps keep coming out. In fact, they've announced that it's going to be launched on consoles. Other consoles apart from the Switch, like your Xbox and your PlayStation throughout the course of 2021. Among Us is going nowhere. So if you haven't embraced it, you might as well do so right now. That wraps up my list, really, of games that couples can play together. Why don't you leave a comment about what you think should be on the list? And again, I just want to add, like I said at the start, these are games which you can play together, which are easy to get into if your other half isn't into games. So that's why there's no Street Fighter, FIFA, Mortal Kombat, Call of Duty, all those other games. You know what I'm talking about. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share it as well. My name is Adam, signing out.